telegram. Joe Hooven here at Fretz, getting ready to send out your new Travato. Just want to do a little walkthrough for you so you can see how everything works. So let's start here with your cord. We'll hook this up for you. Goes right in here. Put it in. Let's turn to the right, and then we just finish it by turning the plastic on so it's tight and won't pull out. So, and then you take your end and you put it into your spot at your campsite. So, if your campsite has sewer, water, and electric hookup, you're at a full hookup, and you can take your sewer hose, which is going to be in here, but right now it's in the back. You can take your sewer hose and hook that right up into your pump at your station. And here's where you're going to fill for your propane. So when you run out, this is where you're going to have to fill it up at. And you can take that to a campground, a camping center, even some gas stations do sell it. So, and in the back here, this is our sewer hose. This is where we empty it, right here. And let me grab the sewer hose for you. It's hidden right back here. The sewer hose is in this bag here. I won't take it all the way out of here, but as you can see, it has hooks. I'll put it right on there, and then we take it and extend it right down into your dump. And if we walk around to the back, this is where you're going to get to all your water and everything. So once you're plugged in, then you're going to want to hook up your water. So you're going to get your drinking hose. And your drinking hose is going to fit right there on the city water connection, which is right here. So when you get your hose, you just turn that on there, and then you can turn on your faucets, no problem. Most people with this, you can't keep this open and run the water hose in here. Some people will fill the tank and then run it from there. If you do that, you have to turn on the water pump, and you have a water pump up front that you can turn on also. But when you do that, you got to make sure that you have it for dry camping, right? But before you do that, you got to put it on the tank fill. It's pretty self-explanatory on here, so you'll understand how to do it. But if you're going to put your city water in and run it from here, you want to have these valves turned this way, right? So you would have the red, blue, and white. So right now it's set up for city water. So if I want to fill my tank and close my door, then I go to here, I do my power tank fill this way, and now that's going to fill my holding tank. And then when I want to use it, once my holding tank's full, I close my doors and I want to sit inside and I want to use it. Then I got to turn it to dry camping, which is here. So now I'm all set for dry camping. But when I'm dry camping, I got to use my water pump. Got to have that on, otherwise I'm not going to get any water out. This one here, this is your black flush tank. Okay, so once you empty out your tanks over here on the other side, as you know, you have a gray tank and you have a black tank. You always want to empty your black tank first, right? So we'll pull that valve, let that empty, then we'll pull the gray valve and let that empty. And then when we're done that, we'll come back here with a separate hose, and we'll put the separate hose on here and let that run. But when you let it run, make sure you leave the black tank valve open, because you want the water to run out. You don't want it to fill up, because it's going to get all the debris and everything off the inside of your black tank. So once you can see it going through your hose and it looks pretty clean, then you're good to go. Then you close that up, take it off, and close it up, and you're all good. This is for your outdoor shower. A real quick connect right here. Pop that on right there, and you have water. All pretty easy. You have hot and you have cold. Now we can store that right back in here. There is another hose in here, just so that you know. This is one that if you want to, when it comes to winterizing and you want to put the antifreeze in, you use this. You hook it up right to your sewer hose, you hit your water pump, and it will pump it right into your faucets and everything, into your lines. But there's some other things you have to do when you winterize. I don't know if you winterize on your own or not, but I definitely would read the manual or have somebody else, walk you through that part of it. So here's your water pump here. This is the light to the outside on this side over there. And then you have the satellite and your cable hookup that you have on the back here. Move that back up. There. And your windows on the back. Privacy. Fold them all the way up. Roll them down, tuck them inside. Or if you want, you can take them completely off with it just on snaps. On this side, you just have a little storage over here. Right? Some people will put their drinking hoses and stuff like that in there. This is a light. And this is another storage compartment here. You can put some smaller things in there on this side. And then if you're going to be pulling anything, you have your trailer hitch. But keep in mind, you can only tow to about 3,500 pounds for that. So the ladder on the back has a lock here. It's on your keys. I already unlocked it. So I would undo this. Now we can pop the ladder off. I can take it around. Put it up on the side. Now you have your ladder so you can get up to the top. And it's pretty light too. On the back here, if you look down below, this is going to be your quick connect for a grill. Right, so if you want to have a grill, put a quick connect right there, you can hook it up right there. It's real easy. It's got some hooks for towing, that kind of thing. You have two 110 outlets, you have cable, and you have 12 volt. You also have a hook up here for solar. Right, so if you want to buy one of those solar things and you want to chase the sun around, you hook it up right there. Now, we're going to go inside now. So, before I take the bed down, let me show you how these bars work. These are for some extra privacy in the back. You can actually make a curtain in the back if you do your outdoor showering. These. Together. Pin through. And then the same on this side. There we go. And then we have a curtain. Let me grab the curtain. Here's our curtain. Hook yourself up and have a nice little outdoor shower. And if you want, it's pretty private. You see, you can't see through it. So there you go. So there we have it. Now, for the bed, we just undo the safety strap right here, seat belt. And when we put this down, I just want you to be careful of the step, because if you put if you put the legs out, you'll hit. So make sure you bring it in first, and then let it come down. And then pull the mattress out, and there you go. And there you have your bed. So nice windows on the side, and you have baskets up here. Put your cell phone back there, and you also have ram hooks up here, so you can get hooks that'll slide in there, so you can get extra stuff for storage if you wanted to put them up in there. And there's a couple of them around the van. I'll point them out as we go along. When you pull this back up, recommend folding it that way. Push that back. Watch your leg. Lock her in place. There you go. That's it. The lights in the back have little buttons. Turn them on and off here. So now we have the bathroom. Okay. Bathroom is pretty simple, like any other bathroom. The toilet, it is on a foot flush. right? And it does have a sprayer, so if you want to clean it out. But if you're going to use a sprayer, you got to make sure you have the water pump on or it won't work, right? So when you push it down, push that all the way down, you have to have that down when you want the sprayer to work, if that makes sense to you. So your shower, pretty simple. It's actually pretty nice. This is a stopper, so you don't have to drain all your water out, right? If you're using your water, you want to stop. You know, hey, you take quick showers in vans. Well, this turns it on and turns it off for you so you can save your water. And here, just some storage for your necessities, right in there. Got a mirror up here. Now we have a spot for your shower. Your shower head to hang there. You got some storage up here in the back. And you have a fan in here, so we just twist, push up, and hit that button. If I had the power on, we'd be okay. But the sewer plugged in, right? So want to make sure that you're working. When you first plug in, you look at the microwave, it'll beep and the lights will go on. That means that you have power, right? So you can run everything in here, your air conditioning and anything, and your 110 outlets, right? So here's your coach battery right here. You always want to leave that on unless you're storing it or going away and not going to be around. Then you want to turn it off and it will turn everything off for you. You have your extender for your counter. Pretty easy. You let it down. Get two hooks. And that's it. Pretty simple. Then when we get to the water, it should have some water in it. I can turn on my water pump right here. Green light says I'm on. I have water. And then this side's going to give me the hot. Right there. More lights. Bathroom. All right here. But to control all this stuff here, up top we have, this is just a light for behind us here. You have high, off, and medium and low. What this is going to do, it's basically for the technicians, but it's just going to tell you have a 30 amp service. If you scroll through it, you can change it to 15 if you want. So depending where you're at, you can scroll through it. It tells you my water heater's on, air conditioner's powered. I have 12 amps going. So it's nothing you really have to do anything with, it just tells you what's really going on. So here is for your generator. Here's for your water pump. I can turn it on and off right here. My tank levels, I can read through my freshwater tank. I have 2/3 water. My battery levels are pretty full, 12 volts and 13.5. My LP, I'm full, and my gray and waste tanks are 1/3. That's the lowest that they read. So we're gonna do 1/3, 2/3, and full. So if I want to start my generator, I just hit this start button, and it says starting. And now it's running. So we're good to go. Lights came back on. So when you're not plugged in, wait for your lights to come on your microwave, and that means you'll have all your power that you need in here, and you can run everything on the inside off of your generator. So I hit here for stop it. It's actually pretty quiet. Can't hear it, huh? Now it's off. So, and this gives me, you have 5.7 hours that this generator has run. So this one here, this is for your Truma. Okay, this is for your hot water heater and your heat. So this is going to tell me my heat in the van. So when it comes time, if it's cold out, I hit that button. And right now it's off. For me to turn it on, now it's at 40 degrees. I adjust the temperature to where I want it. I hit that button, and I'm set on gas for 70 degrees. And that'll turn on my heat. I can actually feel it coming out right now. So now I'll just turn it off. So now it's off. Click through it. The next one, the little thermometer, is for my hot water heater, right? So I want to turn the hot water heater on. I hit that button, it says off, turn it to eco, turn it to hot, and boost. Boost is going to be the hottest it's going to be. It's going to use a lot of your propane because it's going to keep it hot all the time. Hot, it's going to keep it pretty hot, probably about 140 degrees. It's still pretty hot. And then Eco is going to just keep it warm. It's not going to use a lot of your propane, but you have your 3 temperature settings. So if you're going to be getting a shower, put it on Boost, get the water really hot, you can get in there and you can go. But you just hit that button and now you're set at hot. And then the next one you go over to is this little bottle with the lightning bolt. So right now it's set on gas, so I'm going to use the propane that's in the van. I can use mix 1, which is propane and electric. I can do twice, and I can use just electric, right? And I can use electric too. So there's 2 levels, a medium level and a high level. That's what the 2 is. So depending on what you want to use, but right now we're just using gas. That's the fans off, there's my vent. That'll turn my fan up. And this one here is going to set my clock. Right now it's 12:05. And this one here is if you have any issues, you can look in and see what might be happening. If offset, you have a temperature, you can change it to Fahrenheit or Celsius, brightness of the screen, hours, 24 or 12, language, and then index, and then reset. This is one, you don't really have to worry about this kind of stuff, but what happens with this is if there is a problem, you take it back to the dealer. This reset button will reset the whole thing and let you restart it. So, and put everything back to where it was. So this is your inverter, right? So when you're in here, you want to leave, when you run when you're plugged in or you have the AC or the generator on, you want your inverter on because that's going to give you the power so you can run your 110s, so you can run your microwave and you can run your AC. So, but when you leave, you want to shut it off because if it's going to be looking for power. So if it's on when you're not in it and not using it, it's going to drain your battery down. So make sure you turn it off when you're not in here. The same thing with your water pump. Only turn your water pump on when you're going to use it because there's no reason for it to be on. It'll just drain your battery down. So, and here's your LP. So when you want to use your hot water, when you want to use the heater and you're running on gas, you have to turn that on. A lot of people also ask, is that where I turn it off when I want to shut it off before I go through tunnels? Yes, but you also want to go outside and shut it off on the outside. So, and that's my holding tank heaters. So these are for my gray and black tank and also for my holding tank. So if it's getting cold out, it gets down below 36 degrees, 32 degrees, turn that on, it'll keep your heaters warm. You keep the fluids all warm so they don't freeze up on you. This is a sensor for temperature, so it's going to read what's going on in here and tell this mechanism here what to do inside for your temperature and everything like that. So smoke detector, fire extinguisher, all right there. And while I'm standing here, you have a power port right here. So you have 2 110s and you have 2 USBs. Now just keep in mind, if you want to use these 110s, you have to be plugged in or the generator on or they won't work. So, all right, there you go. Back here, microwave, pretty self-explanatory, pretty simple. Fridge, the dial's in here for your fridge. Off and all the way up. So right now it's off. And then free it, then you got these locks to hold it shut while you're traveling. Same for down there. Actually is cold, so it's working. A little bit more storage here, and just so that you know, inside with these shelves, they do come out, and when you put it back in, you just push the little button here, and it will lower them down so it's level again for you, if you can see that. So the TV, works on an over-the-air signal, which means there's a digital signal that it'll pick up with your wine guard. And to set the TV and turn that on, here's your remotes right here. So when you turn the TV on, there is an antenna that you have to turn on, which is up under here. And that will receive your signal. And hopefully we have a signal so you can see something here. Okay, so if we go to the channel scan, so it's going to scan through our channels and tell you how many channels that we have around here. Now I'll be back on my antenna, which is the antenna on the roof. And it's going to give us our channels. So this is just using your over-the-air antenna and a digital signal that we're receiving here. If you're at a place where you can't get a signal, you can always get a hotspot on your phone, put it in the line guard, and that will help get you whatever you want. But you have to get your cell carrier to get you that. And if you're going to use the cable at a campground, as you know, they're not going to give you the cable, you have to bring your own. But when you're using the cable at a campground, you have to turn your antenna off. That's up under here. You have to shut that off so your cable will work. And then this remote is for your sound bar, which is back here. So if you want to watch TV with the sound bar on, you turn it on right there. You can see the little white light come on to let you know that it's on. And this button right here, if you're curious, if you want to put your own music on, it's a Bluetooth, so you can initialize that and do a search on your phone, find your phone, and then you can play your own music through your phone, through the sound bar, if you like. But that's it. Once you do it once or twice, you'll have it all figured out. This is your Max Air fan remote. And for your Max Air fan, which is right here, you can do it with the remote. On and off, up and down. Or you can do it without it. And hit that button right there and it turns right on for you. So it's pretty simple, pretty easy operation. The air conditioner's blowing out, it's nice and cool right now. I think you're pretty adept to all this and won't have any issues. But the stove, again, it's a gas stove, so when you start it, there's a little button in the middle here. You turn the flame, you turn the little dial to the flame. That's it, pretty simple. And do that for both. And just make sure when you close these that they're cool. Shut that down. And your windows, just like that, you have your screen. You can even move the screen if you want. And then lock them down in place. And you have your shades on the bottom. Lockout shade. You have your regular screen in there too, so you don't need another screen, so you're all good. And again, all your storage that you have up top here, and in this first storage cabinet is your solar controller. Okay, all this really does is tell you how much power you're getting from solar and what power you have in your batteries. So right up now it says full at 13.7, and if you look at it, your full battery is going to be green. You don't really have to do anything with this suit. All you got to do is just look at it, and if it starts to get low, if it gets down around 12, then you know your batteries are getting low. So you might want to plug in so it charges your batteries, or you want to get some more solar, find some sun, and get the batteries charged up for you. I think the last thing that a couple things that I want to show you is going to be how to work all our seats and everything over here. Let me get the books out of the way. And you have a little bit of storage under here. And your seats, there's a little yellow hook. Pull that up, you have some storage in there. If you take this out, hot water heater and heater under there. They do have two safety belts, two shoulder point safety belts for the seats. And your table is what they call a lagoon table. So it's actually pretty cool how these work. Slide right up. Sit right there for a second. Same thing with this here. Undo that. Slide it up. Now we can move it to this side if you like. Right down here. There you go. Okay. Yeah, about 10 minutes. And then we take the table, slide it right back on top. And there you have it. And then the same thing we did here. Just tighten it down. And you're good to go. Pretty cool. These lagoon tables are great. You're gonna love them. And then when you're done, put that right back there. That's all put away for you. All right, Sue, so you want to spin these seats around. It's actually pretty easy, but my suggestion is to do it from the outside. But what you want to do is, you have your release to pull the seat forward is up in the front. Pull that forward, and you have a lever right here. Spins it around, and you see how I went around? Because I'm all the way forward, and then once I get it there, I can move it back. So it's in the spot where you want it. And then put it back, spin it that way. And just so you know, your van won't start unless you have the seats in a locked position facing forward. This little lever right here, that's on the seat, this is for your back of the chair. If I lift that, push that forward, that puts it back. And this is for lumbar, right here. This is going to adjust the seat in the back. And this is up and down in the front. On this, now you have some safety features that are actually pretty cool, right? Your mirrors, you have that little diamond in there, that little triangle in there. That's your blind spot monitoring. So that'll tell you if there's somebody in your blind spot. I'm sure you know how that works. Your mirrors are right here. You have two settings. You have two mirrors. Your top mirror and bottom mirror. Well, top mirror is for regular viewing, and the bottom mirror is for stuff close and on your blind spot. So if you turn the top one, that will adjust that mirror. If I turn it to the second one, that will adjust my bottom. These buttons right here are going to bring your mirrors in and out. Just like that. These are lock buttons here to lock the vehicle. And down here, this is your brake, right? So you pull it to turn it on, but when you stop, it'll automatically go into park. But when I leave and I want to go somewhere, put my foot on the brake, put it in drive, I have to push, and that takes my brake off. So now my brake is off. And this button right here, this is a battery boost. So if I lose power from my chassis, I can hit this button here, and it will grab some power from my battery in the back, from the coach, and charge me up so I can start the van up. So all your controls on your dashboard, your cruise control, your phone, everything is right here. Your mirror is actually really cool. So your mirror is just a regular mirror. If you want to just see in the back and what's going on, you just leave it on this setting right here. If you want to turn it on the back, it actually becomes a camera, right? So with this camera, I can adjust it from here. I can touch that, and I can go my visibility, my lightness and darkness. And if I hit it again, I can adjust it up and down to where I like it. So, and that will stay on the whole time when I'm driving. RAM vehicle care, RAM Connect, roadside assistance if you need anything there. But look that up in your owner's manual. It'll give you a little bit better description on how all that works. There's your home button, your radios, no phones connected. There's your music. Got 88.9 on. I'll put our rock station on for you here, which is 93.3. So, anyhow, this one here is for your phone. This one here is for your vehicle. You can put your profile in, language, display, your brightness, themes, go through all that kind of stuff. Whoops. My settings. Come on. controls, screen on and off, rear view camera, trip odometer, device management. So my suggestion would be just go through your owner's manual, play around with this a little bit. I know you get the best out of it when you start messing with it on your own. Hazards, you can lock the car from right here, all the doors on the van from right here. And this is traction control. So if you're slipping and you can't get out, hit that button. That'll help you out of your situation. So you probably never really have to touch it. But USBs over here, a 12 volt. And in here, a spot to set your phone down in here. All right, what sits right in there for you. You have window shades. So your window shades on this, pull this up here. There's a little button here. We'll push that out. I'm gonna get that behind our visor, like that. I'm gonna do the same on this side. That holds up there. And there you have it. Other than that, I think we got it all. If there's anything, you just call me and we'll go through it. It's your new rig. Have fun. Enjoy it.